Alright y'all, before we get started, let me go ahead and apologize.
I feel like I always gotta open this up with a guilty expression on my face. Sorry, bro.
Because I said that I was going to get these videos out to you guys every Wednesday, but I folded this week. I folded.
Cups of the rose, bitches in my whole phone.
Anyway.
I forgot about Kuwabara!
Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today we're going to be finishing my top 10 favorite anime list that we started on our first video 2 weeks ago. If you are here watching this and you have not watched my first video, I don't know why you're here. Stop. Look at the top right corner. I will throw up a card right here so y'all can go back and watch the first episode, because it doesn't make sense for y'all to be here watching this one if you haven't seen the first one. Now, if you just refuse to do that and you just want to hear a summary, I got you. So, running back my list from 10 to 6th place. My 10th favorite anime was Attack on Titan. Number 9, we have The Misfit of Demon King Academy. For 8th place, we have Akameka Kill. 7th place is Akudama Drive, and 6th place is Black Clover. Now, whether you just went back and clicked the cards and watched the previous video, or you sat here and listened to that maybe 20-second summary, we are all on the same page. And now that we are on the same page, let's get started. Starting off today's list, we have my 5th favorite anime, Twin Star Exorcists. Now, this show technically isn't listed as a romance show, but after having watched it, I technically would classify it like that. But it's not like a, lovey-dovey thing where people just sit there, kissing all day. It's not that. When I say a romance anime, the romance essence is in the background of this show. Yeah, it's like action, adventure, they got romance in there. They got something for everybody. For real, this show is really cool. I watched this one, I found it randomly. If y'all watched the first episode, you already know how I picked my next anime to watch. It's really stupid. It started on April 6, 2016, and it finished on March 29th, 2017 with 50 episodes. So if you're one of those people who worries about finishing a show too fast, like you want to savor it, it's got a good bulk of episodes, so you don't have to sit there like a weirdo trying to conserve a show, which I think is weird how some people do. That's odd. But the intro is dope. The action is fire. The fight scenes are cool. The concept of the show is really cool. The animation is really... I didn't even know this, to be honest. The people who animated this show is Studio Pierrot. And if you saw the first episode, Studio Pierrot is the studio that animated Akudama Drive. So I was sitting there talking about how crisp Akudama Drive's animation was, and they made this show as well. So what y'all think the animation for this one looks like? Clean and crisp. I promise you, just watch the show, just watch it. Now, to be honest, this was during a period in my life where I didn't watch other types of anime. Like, I was that guy who only watched action and adventure shows.
Oh, I thought you were joking. There's no way there's actually anime with no superpowers. And they actually made this a section full of trash on trash.
If you're killing people, good. That's excellent. If there's blood on my screen, amazing. Give me more. If people are kissing and shit, what? No. But I have been enlightened. This show, I'm gonna be honest with you, this show, it got me into watching romance shows. Like, to be honest, like, I know what that sounds like, because I used to be that person that was like, what? People actually watch this shit?
Let me ask you something. Why would I watch somebody do something that I could go outside and do myself?
Yes. They're actually pretty good. And again, this one isn't purely a romance show. There are shows that I watch that are just, like romance, but this one is an action show. It's just got romance in the background. So this show did get me started on romance shows, and it's actually really cool to watch. Before I end this one off, I almost forgot to give the summary. Summary says, Rokuro is from a family of exorcists, but he'd rather be a singer, a soccer player, or anything but an exorcist. He's forced to own up to his own incredible potential when a new arrival, Benio, stirs his competitive spirit, but their rivalry gets a twist when they earn the prestigious title of Twin Star Exorcists, two supreme fighters fated to marry and birth the ultimate spiritual warrior.
つまり君たちは結婚して子供を作る。は
Now, some of these shows, after making that first episode and reading this one, I think I might start doing my own little summaries and not getting them from the website, because the only reason I wasn't doing that before was because I didn't want to spoil anything about the show. But I feel like I could give a better summary than somebody else did on a website, because it's my take on it. You know, it's my video. Why should the summary not be mine if everything else is? Now thinking about it, I'm low-key pissed that I sat there for an entire day writing a script that I'm not even gonna use. Ain't this a bitch? Anyway, moving on to my fourth favorite anime, we have a show called Darling in the Franxx. While it is technically classified as a romance show, again, there's another show where it's romance in the background. It's not all lovey-dovey shit all up in your face. This one is, again, action and adventure. So compared to the last show, Twin Star, the animation isn't that great.
I beg your pardon?
I beg your pardon? I mean, it's not bad, but, you know, scale of 1 to 10 is like a 5.
What?
But what this show does have is an amazing plot. And I know what y'all are thinking. You're just saying it has amazing plot because of 02. No! Yes, 02 is cool as hell. She's a dope character. But, you know, her being a cool character doesn't change the way that I see the show. I'm gonna try and summarize this here. If it sucks, I'm apologizing in advance. But let's just try and do this. So, Darling in the Franxx is a show that... You know what? Let me just... Okay, I got this. So, this show takes place in a world that's dying. Humans made these like giant circular things that they call plantations. And these plantations move around on this desolate planet collecting resources so that the people can survive. Now, there's a difference between adults and teenagers in this anime. The adults pretty much just sit on their asses eating donuts all day, except for like the military. So there's the civilians, the military, and then kids in the military. The civilians, adults, they just sit on their asses. The military, they're the ones in charge of maintaining human life as a whole. And then there's kids in the military who are used to fight these giant ass monsters that are trying to kill everybody all the time from outside the plantations. The kids pilot these big ass mecha. If you've ever seen Pacific Rim, it's like that. It's exactly like that. But yeah, they pilot these things called Franxx and they fight these big ass monsters in order to survive. And then obviously that's a very generic summary. There's a lot more about the show that I'm not talking about because I don't want to spoil it, but that's the premise of the show. It's pretty cool. Okay, moving on to the next one. Alright, starting with my third favorite anime, we are moving into my elite top 3. These 3 shows, I don't see myself changing these 3 for a very long time. The most recent one I saw was my second favorite. The other 2 I saw a long time ago. One of them was at the beginning of quarantine. The other one I think was before quarantine. No, it was after quarantine. It was a little bit after the first one. For my third favorite show, we have Black Lagoon. This show aired July 10th, 2010 and finished on June 22nd, 2011 with 29 episodes, 5 of which are OVAs. Now, if you don't know what an OVA is, OVA stands for Original Voice Acting or Actors. It's pretty much extra episodes that were taken out of the actual main anime for whatever reason that may be. Unlike most of the shows that I've seen, I actually found this one in a different way. For my top 3 favorite, I all found them the same way, which is hilarious. For Black Lagoon, I found it by just scrolling through Instagram and on one of the pages I follow, because on my Finsta, I follow a lot of anime meme pages. So I was scrolling through and I saw a post that was like, some cool short animes to watch during quarantine, and there were 12 of them, and the one that caught my eye was Black Lagoon for the stupidest reason. I just saw 2 people smoking on the cover and I was like, that's interesting, let me watch that. I don't know why. I mean, I've seen anime characters smoke before.
I like it, cut G.
It's just, I've never seen it on the cover of the show before, so I was like, you know what? this is probably cool. Let me watch this. So glad I watched that show, dude. In the essence of like raw street life vibe that I got from Akudama Drive, this provides the same thing, but I feel like on a much more intense scale. I feel like it's that do or die mentality that all the characters have that draws me to that show. The music is amazing. The plot is amazing. Honestly, if I had to rate this one would be a 9 out of 10. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and move on to my second. I didn't even give a summary. Yo, this is why I write scripts. This is why I write scripts. Okay, stupid. Before we move on, let me go ahead and give you a summary of what this show is like. So, you got your main character, right? His name is Okajima Rokuro, alright? You got your main character. He lives in a city full of businessmen. He's a businessman himself. And his bosses, they don't give a shit about him. They treat him like dirt. So, he's out, you know, being an errand boy. And on a boat, he is trying to deliver a disc. Well, that boat gets hijacked by some assholes.
Wins.
We're all done with you now. You've given us what we wanted.
And the hijackers gave him the name Rock because they don't feel like calling him Okajima Rokuro every single time they want to talk to him, so they just call him Rock. And fast forward probably 8 minutes, you got your kidnappers who became friends with Rock after some things happen. From there, you go on many adventures trying to do shit to survive, to make money, and that's pretty much it that I can tell you without, giving away important plot points. But anyway, again, if y'all have not seen this show, you have got to watch it. This one is my third favorite. It is very cool. Now, I can move on to my second favorite. I feel like that was loud. Let me chill out. For my second favorite anime, we have Yu Yu Hakusho.
Spirit gun! Oh crap, I forgot about Kuwabara!
Another show that is pretty damn old. This show actually started before I was born and finished before I was born. This one aired October 10th, 1992 and ended on January 7th, 1995. There are 112 episodes and 3 movies. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I tried watching the movies. I don't like their voices in the movies. The voices in the show and the movie, they're different. That is the only reason I could not watch the movies. I was like, ugh, that is disgusting trying to listen to. No, I can't. The show though, immaculate. You have to watch the show, it's amazing. Let's do the summary first. So, one day you got your main character, Yusuke Urameshi. Imagine Shikamaru from Naruto, that's him. So, he dies. Episode 1, he dies. Yeah, that's safe to say. It's episode 1, I'm not really spoiling much there. He dies. And he died pushing a child out of the way of a moving car. Now, why in a lot of anime can Japanese people not drive? These people in these anime need to look at the road. Look, I don't know what you're doing. You're smoking or you're looking at your phone or some shit. Look at the road. Stop running people over. But Yusuke saves his child. He gets hit by the car and he gets clapped by the bumper. Yeah, he got finessed by life, by the bumper. He dies. And the Grim Reaper actually comes and offers him a way to come back to life. He's got to do something. That's all I'm gonna say. Later, he meets up with some friends and they go on some adventures and do some cool shit. That's it. I don't want to say anything else. So, another one you gotta watch. Amazing. This one I would give a 10 out of 10. This show is a 10 out of 10. Yu Yu Hakusho is an amazing show. The soundtrack for this show is something else. They did their thing with the soundtrack for Yu Yu Hakusho. This shit is crazy. Gotta watch this one. It's amazing. You are missing out if you have not seen it yet. I promise you will like this show. But with that, we are on to the last part of the video. This one will be my absolute favorite anime by far. This show is Hunter x Hunter. Some people pronounce it with the T's. They pronounce it Hunter x Hunter.
Listen to me. It makes me so mad. Do you understand me? This shit makes me so fucking mad.
And it makes me want to cut them. I guess that's just the way I talk. Hunter x Hunter. I don't pronounce the T's. Some people pronounce it Hunter x Hunter, which makes me not want to cut you. It makes me want to deck you in the face.
That's right. Cry.
Yeah! Stop pronouncing the X. Anyway, this show first aired. There are two versions of the show that were animated. There's the one from 2011, and then there's the one from 1998. The animation difference is clear. And as you know, I don't watch shows for the animation. It's just an add-on if it's good. If I have a choice of the same show with a good animation and one from 1998,
what is that? Oh shit, what is that?
I'm choosing the 2011 version, because why would I not do that? But yeah, the one that I watched, the version I watched, started on October 2nd, 2011 and ended on September 24th, 2014. It's a long show. Let me start off by classifying this show. This one, I would say, is mostly an adventure show. It was a post, let me see if I can remember. The post said something like, these are the best anime side characters. Vegeta was on that list, Zoro was on that list, Killua was on that list. From there, I was like, okay, I know most of these people, and I've seen this little kid with white hair before. Who is that? So I looked it up, and I was like, okay, so he's from Hunter x Hunter. So I checked out the show. I tried watching it one time, and I was like, wow, this show is kind of boring, so I stopped watching it. It was like 20 seconds into the first episode. I don't know what made me think it was boring, but I just stopped. A few days later, I came back to it and I was like, I was smoking that good shit because this show is amazing. I don't know what I was on that made me think that show was boring, but dude. I'm so glad I went back to it because, again, favorite anime, Hunter x Hunter. So see how the show works out. Give the show a chance to develop. You gotta give a show a chance to develop. And it's funny that I'm the one saying that because a show that my cousin recommended me to watch, what's it called, Lelouch and the Rebellion, I did not give that show a chance before calling it boring and trash. I'm gonna give it another shot just because of this episode. Mason, you're welcome, and I hate you again. Anyway. As a quick little summary before I end off this video for Hunter x Hunter, I would say basically this show starts off with Gon Freeze, who is I think he's an 11-year-old, and he goes to take the Hunter exam. Now, the Hunter exam people take for multiple reasons. You can get money by getting a Hunter license and selling it, which is what people do sometimes. You can get special privileges with a Hunter license, and what mostly people take the exam for is to become a Hunter. Now, Hunters, it doesn't sound like, it isn't what it sounds like. It's a Hunter license. Getting a Hunter's license is like going to college and coming out with a degree. It's like something that you use to do other things. So, somebody might go in and get a Hunter license and come out to be a chef.
You what?
Or go in and come out to be like a hunter or, an assassin or something like that. It's really cool. What they don't tell you about the Hunter exam at the beginning of the show is, people die taking that shit. Like, it's not a sit down and take a test. It's a Hunter exam, yes, but this shit is lethal. Like, if you're not good, you can die. It's not safe. Anyway, he meets a kid named Killua, who is an ex-assassin. He meets somebody named Leorio, who is this businessman, and he meets someone named Kurapika, who is this yellow-haired guy who I thought was a girl the first time I saw him, who all become friends and then go on adventures. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all for right now. But you gotta watch it. Again, recommend anything on this list. I appreciate y'all for watching. Leave a like on the video if you want to support, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when I drop new videos. Again, I am 2 days late.
Nope.
I don't know, I suck. Again, I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. And I will see y'all next week, next Wednesday. I promise I will not be late this time. I'm gonna start working on that video as soon as I'm done with this one. I kind of like doing no script. like the script takes a long time, and I did this one unscripted. I'm gonna edit it and see how it goes, but like I kind of like this one. This one's more open, you know. It doesn't feel like this show started on so and so. Anyway, again, see y'all next week. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm out.